Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the record number of children with eating disorders driving soaring costs in healthcare. Now this particular article comes out of England, my place of birth, but I picked it because, listen, this is not something that's unique to England or the United Kingdom. So I'll put a link to this article in the description for the video. The NHS bill, so NHS is National Health Service. The NHS bill to treat children with mental health problems is being driven by a rise in eating disorders. The annual cost to the NHS of treating children who require emergency care for their mental health quadrupled to £87.5 million, $120 million between 2012 and 2022. In a study led by University College London, researchers say this is being driven by an increase in the number of patients being admitted with eating disorders which require prolonged care. Yeah, these are really challenging cases. Admissions for eating disorders, which include anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating among children, increased sixfold between 2012 and 2022. Admissions for eating disorders and self-harm contribute most substantially to cost increases, despite eating disorders representing a relatively small proportion of overall admissions. The study builds on previous research that found there had been a 65% increase in children needing hospital care for mental health disorders. Dr. Hudson, I guess, who was part of the study, said the increase in admissions was being driven by both increased demand and high levels of risk. Whew, wow. Okay. Look, I have sort of waxed poetic about this stuff, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I've told you that, in certainly post-COVID, we've seen a real uptick in the number of calls we get with families who are dealing with a loved one who has a serious mental health disorder. Eating disorders is part of that. They are very clinically challenging cases. Typically it falls within the guardianship arena, although if there's some drug use, we can throw in a Marchman Act too. And I'm a fan of doing both because one gives us speed, the other gives us control. But eating disorders are very challenging cases, and it takes time for somebody to experience recovery and develop the skill set to be able to maintain recovery. And like any behavioral health disease, if left untreated, the consequences can be fatal. And I don't mean to be blunt, if you've watched any of my other videos, I'll always be honest with you. And I hope that you know that I come from a place of love, because I have spoken to families who lost a loved one, and it is gut-wrenching to talk to these families. My heart breaks for them, okay? And none of us are immune from dealing with a loved one with a behavioral health issue. So if you're a family out there and you're tired of the chaos, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, please reach out to us. Let's have a conversation about what options may or may not be available to you, both legal and non-legal. If you click, included in the link to this, the description for this video is a link to our new Marchman book, all about the Marchman Act. It took a lot of time, energy, and resources to write this book for you, but it's there for you and it is free. All you got to do is click on the link, provide your name, your email address, and the book will be emailed to you. You can just download it. Included in each chapter, there's 9 of them, is a video, right, that I made. I'm talking to you. I'm even in a shirt and tie. How about that? I even look like a lawyer. And I'm talking to you about that particular chapter. So please, download it. It's free. If there's an issue going on in your family and I've not made a video, let me know. Post in the comments. I'll make you a video. Because if it's affecting your family, it's almost certainly affecting somebody else's. And I make this content so you can get the information that you need. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. It helps us to get this content in front of more people, which means we can help more families. So please, this really helps. And if you want more of this content that I make every single day for you, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.